So, hey guys, welcome to episode 19 of Occultists Anonymous.
The one where we try not to die.
The one where we try not to die, and hey, check it out. I think I'm pointing the right direction. I can't remember. We have character art. So
good.
Yay for that. Link down into the description to John, who did the work. Not that John.
You're welcome.
I think he's over here to me. I can't remember how everything's laid out. Anyways, sadly, not that John. He just posed for Mammon. Yeah, so we've got that art. We'll have some cool stuff that you can see on Patreon, so you can actually have the big high res versions and stuff like that. So that's really cool. And speaking of Patreon, thank you to Claire, Danny, Noba, Ryan, Samuel, Schmitty, and Thomas. Thanks, guys. We appreciate every bit that you guys give to us. It's really cool. We appreciate the support, and we highly suggest you check out the website and the Patreon website, even if you don't plan on pledging, because that is where we post stuff that is not a video. So we had our QA last week that you may have caught, and John wasn't here, so he recorded answers in a video, in an audio file that's on Patreon. Ash wasn't here because she was off at the lake, and so she did a big write-up of a bunch of her questions, or a bunch of her answers. That stuff is over on Patreon. I can't post it to YouTube, so it's on Patreon. So go check that out. And and I think we've got Weird's journals, and I think we're gonna have a guide to New York, Songbird's Guide to New York, and yeah, so a lot of little stuff that, like, just because it's cool and we can, we're gonna be putting up there. Patreon. Okay, so I guess there's no more stalling. We pick up at 5 p.m. as the cabal is kind of gathering their stuff after. Oh, you know what? Hang on, we can't stall for 1 second. So, Ash, do you want to tell us about Atreides' epiphany and realization that brought her to Gnosis 2? And if there's any changes that have happened in her head?
So, I'm sitting there on a ritual cast on a soul jar, right? Took her a good long time to think about what you're really doing here.
On a mason jar.
Yeah, but more just the realization of, like, are you really willing and prepared to go ripping souls out? And coming to the conclusion that if I need to, yes. Like, this is what you can do. It's kind of horrifying. Are you willing to do it? If I need to.
Interesting. Now is that coming from a sheer, like, you've been thrown into supernatural stuff and now this is her new, like, level of self-defense? Or is this more of a, I have the power to, so if I see the opportunity to, I will?
More of the second one, the realization that you can do this. I'm not, like, eager to go snatching souls. I don't really have a use for them yet, if I ever will. It's more just, if it comes down to it, being able to make someone just sort of go completely catatonic
zombie?
As a thrall. Yeah, that's really handy in a fight.
And if you listen quietly, you can hear the first few pebbles on that slippery slope starting to fall.
Yeah.
Things start to roll downhill. Okay. So yes, in case you hadn't noticed or are listening to the podcast, Atreides is now listed as Gnosis 2. Also, what did you take as your new praxis?
Web of Life.
That's right, a little radar. Cool. So yes, the cabal is kind of gathering their stuff up. We've just spent, I think, 6 hours with 12, of Songbird casting some ritual spells,
chilling in his room while he does spells at us.
Yep. And when you
guys some Game Boys nearby for you.
Yeah. And when you guys emerge, you find, because clearly you guys warned Alesha and Logan that, hey, this is going to take a minute, so if you guys need to do anything.
Yeah, they had their own
they went through some stuff. Yeah. When you come out, you see that Logan has put on, like, the big, thick, like, fireman's jacket. Has, like, the trousers, but he, no backpack or, like, helmet or anything like that. But it looks like he's, like, geared up for war kind of stuff, like he's wearing it like armor. And then he's got a big duffel bag that's kind of, just a big nondescript duffel bag. It's got the FDNY logo on it, and it seems fairly empty except for some long item in it. It's kind of bulging out kind of on one end and on the other. Alesha is just still kind of in the jeans and t-shirt that she was wearing before, but she looks like she's kind of ready. And when you guys come out and they're ready, this like, okay, is this go time? You guys ready? Cool. All right. And downstairs to the SUV, Logan gets into the passenger side. Alesha is driving, and they both kind of look back to the middle and look to Mammon and say, "Mammon, where's he at?"
Okay. I don't remember from 2 weeks ago. Do I still have my my spells up? My
you have the connection to him.
The spells,
right? Yeah, you have the connection to Marrow Eater.
Okay, so I need to locate object him.
Correct.
Okay, so let me pull the spell template up. I need 1 reach for instant, 1 reach for sympathetic, and that's it, right?
1 mana. Because it's 1 reach for the sensory, and then a mana on top of that to make it sympathetic.
Right. Okay, so still 2 reach.
Yep.
I get what is that? The space 1, so I get 2 free reach.
Correct.
Gnosis 1, Arcanum 2. I don't need to increase potency. I am going to need to increase duration, right? So that it doesn't last for 30 seconds.
Isn't it a duration spell?
It is a duration spell. So
you have 2 steps, right?
You'll have two turns for it right now. You can spend a reach to make it last for a day.
Okay. I will need 3 reach. Okay. For my yantras, I don't think I remember having any yantras for the alpha, right? I don't think I did.
No. So you have. You do have his name. So that's the one that you have to use for sympathetic casting.
Right, but that counts as the yantra.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the required one. It doesn't give any bonuses. That's just the sympathetic casting.
Probably your.
Okay, and I can only have 2 yantra, which means that I can use my shadow name, and that's it. So for bonus purposes, I only have 3.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No bonuses from any other sources, I believe.
That is correct.
Casting these spells 2 weeks later is really weird. It's like picking up an RPG that you left off months ago and trying to remember what you were doing in your save.
Yeah. What is the game mechanic? Who was I leveling up? Who's my healer again?
It's like jumping back into Dark Souls after like a year.
Oof.
That's not a problem.
What are you yelling?
Just get good.
Okay. Okay, so no bonus. Well, I guess I really don't want to fuck this up. So I guess I'll use a willpower.
Okay. Righto. So is that 9? Yeah. And
nice. I'll take that.
And then I forgot because you're overreaching. Technically, there's a paradox. Nothing happens.
Okay. Dope.
Yep. Cool. Actually, though, you have to subtract a mana to reduce the paradox. Though.
Or just roll the dice and risk wounds, right?
That's true. Yeah. Your call.
I don't know that I want to go into combat with wounds. So.
And you're going to fight with weird with like 1 mana, right? Fine.
Famous last words. Yes. Very quickly, you call out that spell literally in 3 seconds. And you have
Onward.
directions as I pull up the map. Occultists Anonymous map. I wonder if that's something I should put online. I don't know. I got to find out if people can just view or if they can see too. All right. So, yes. Where we are. There we are. So, yes, southeast of the Puck building, HQ for the Occultists Anonymous, who still don't have a cabal name. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we do.
What are we called?
Yeah, we decided on the Rookery.
Did we? I don't recall
I'm
this.
fine with that, but I don't remember this.
We'll discuss it later. Go ahead, John.
So
Okay.
I, just as a reminder, I had cast, I can't remember what it's called now. The one that makes people not want to talk to people.
Isolation.
Isolation.
Isolation. I
Mhm.
cast isolation on him last time to try to encourage him to be by himself.
Correct.
So that we don't have to worry about ads. You always hate it when ads wander in after you pull the boss.
Yep. So you have those 2 spells. Oh man, 3 spells. I'm not going to worry about it now, but technically I think there should have been more mana spent for overreaching because of spell control. I'm not going to stress about it right now. I want to get this going.
I
Otherwise,
do have a question about spell control. I've got 2
Okay.
gnosis, so I can have 2, right?
Mm-hmm. Before you start
Okay,
to have
so
to reach.
the armor and the soul jar are my 2.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay.
Yep. Cool. So yes, you guys head southeast, get down on Delancey Street under the Williamsburg Bridge, and make your way down in amongst the parks. Where is this park? I can't remember which park this was.
Same one as last time?
It is in that area. As you guys come out, you find yourselves. Mammoth is giving directions, and where before you had been south of Williamsburg Bridge, you find yourself turning north onto FDR, and it is at this point probably about 6 o'clock. Sun is starting to set, and there are still people out and about, and because it is New York.
Yep.
And Alesha kind of starts slowing as Mammon's finger starts to, move a little bit faster. We're close. And Logan just kind of says, "Okay, fine. We're getting out of here. Just pull over."
Okay, before we get out of the car, I need to do something.
Okay.
Weapons in. Get them in a circle right in front of me.
Okay. And
Okay.
so you watch as Logan says, "Okay, fine," unzips that duffel bag and pulls out what looks like a modified fire axe. Where a normal fire axe has that kind of, normal head on it, this thing looks like it's been reshaped into like a bearded axe.
Is it silver? Please tell me it's silver.
No.
Yeah.
But it's just big, it's gnarly, and the axe blade has got some, kind of what looks like scratched in, clawed in runes, and he's like,
God,
all
that's
right.
fucking metal.
So cool.
He sets it down. He's like, yeah, all right. Enchant something, wizard.
Technically a witch.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
hang on.
That's actually 5 reach.
I was going to say, because I'm going to remind you that you have,
Spell
Red Mist-
control.
you have 3 spells currently active right now.
So
Three?
1 for spell control. Or is
Well,
it 2 for spell?
Because,
I just had 2.
no, because you've
He's
forgotten
got the 2 curses.
2 curses and the luck coin.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes.
Wait, I
Okay.
thought you
No.
let go of the luck coin.
So
You should have tied that off.
6 reach. That's okay.
Dude, you're going to paradox the fuck out of this.
I'm going to continue that paradox. So it might mess me up.
I'm
So,
gonna go into this fight half dead.
but you know
Won't
what?
be
This
that
is going to
bad.
make a big difference.
It'll,
So
if it's just bashing damage, she'll heal.
yeah,
Yep.
in, like,
I'm
turns.
going for it.
You buffed us.
Okay, so what are you casting?
So I'm casting Monkey's Paw. I've got the 1 extra reach to bestow a boon. Everyone's going to get 9 again. And potency is going to be increased. All of your rolls with that weapon that you're using are going to get bonus equal to potency.
Monkey's paw, blah, 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 blesses or curses an object.
So what's the downside?
It's
believe it or not, there is not one.
There's no downside.
That's not a very good name for a spell, then.
Well, it's because they can do both.
Yeah, I can also curse an object, but for our cases, I want to bless us.
Yeah. Okay, so is increased or decreased by the potency. If the object is blessed, maybe also receives the benefit of a boon. Okay, so your reach is what? Instant, scale,
duration.
Okay.
2 for spell control.
Isn't just 1 for spell
Just
control?
one for spell control.
Oh, okay. 1 for spell control, 1 for the blessing. So I'm 5 reach.
Yep, 5 reach.
Okay.
Of which you have 1 free.
I have 1 free. I'm going to eat the 4.
You're not going to use your dedicated magical tool?
Yes, I'm going to use a dedicated magical tool. But we're in a car and it's a rapier.
That's fine. You just have to have it. It's not like
That's
you're
fine.
needing to flourish it. Okay, so
and we're going into combat. So my dedicated magical tool, the rapier, is definitely a weapon.
It's relevant.
Okay, Gnosis,
So it's relevant.
Arcana, potency. So you're giving everybody a 2. Wait, hang on. A 5 plus 5 bonus. Okay.
Yeah.
Duration. You're just doing for scene, scale.
For scene.
You don't need yantra bonus.
I need scale for everybody.
But you're not taking negatives
Yeah.
for scale.
That's right.
Okay, and so your yantra bonus of 4 comes from 1 from the dedicated magical tool because it's relevant.
And 3 from Shadow Name.
3 from Shadow Name. Do you not want another?
Yeah, you know what? I'll go high speech. So
Okay, there you
that'll
go.
give me 6 for
6.
Yantras.
Right, so...
And it'll take like a few seconds for me to cast this.
Yep. So you have 6 minus 4 plus 6, so 8?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, okay, and
You can
we
do
have-
elementary school math.
yes, right. So we have 3 overreach, which becomes 6, and then reduced
Drop
by
2
2,
for
so
the-
4.
4 dice. Oof.
And are you spending any?
No.
Okay.
Doesn't have any more.
Yeah,
I have 1 mana left from my mage armor. That's it.
All right. So, let's not do that. I could do it this way. All right. And you said you were containing it.
I am containing the paradox.
Cool. Nothing happens.
Oh, really?
2, 2, 3, and 7 on our
Nice.
turn.
Woohoo! Okay.
Lucky.
So
Now you
All
may roll your
attacks-
spell.
now I roll my spell, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I'm rolling 8. Did we work that
Yes.
out right? 6,
Mhm.
10 minus 4. That's right. And it's a praxis.
Cool.
So I'll take a mana.
Okay. Done deal. And Monkey's Paw doesn't cost
All right,
mana, right?
so yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
So
All right.
I have 2 mana now.
Why don't you explain what them buffs are again?
So you're that's going to be giving you guys a +5 on all rolls related to your weapons. Okay. I won't apply to your fist though, Songbird. Sorry.
Yeah, it
It
does.
applies to my
Brass
It's
knuckles.
got to be
Knuckles.
Silver
you're-
knuckles.
you're-
He's got
You've
a
got
wielded
silver knuckle.
weapon.
Okay, yes, because it's non-living matter. So you're getting a +5 on all rolls to do with that weapon, and you have a boon while you hold the weapon. You're going to be getting 9 again.
On all
Uh,
rolls?
Not on
checking-
all rolls.
Not on rolls.
Just weapon rolls.
Yep,
it
grant
would-
9 again quality on rolls dealing with the weapon.
on mundane dice rolls equal to potency for the duration of the spell.
So 5 of them.
Oh, so that's any rolls.
Yeah,
You can
just-
pick the 9 again. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Number of Yep.
Yep.
Sick.
Or
So you're gonna 5 rolls. You've got a 9 again quality.
right.
God
Or you could give
somebody up.
beneficial conditions, which is ridiculous, or bonus to certain actions, usually a single skill. So like now in this case, because you have a variety of skills, you've got guns, you've got weaponry, you've got brawling, probably not really necessary, but that's where you can start doubling some of this stuff up.
Yep.
Now the problem is this is where we get into stacking. So Songbird, do you have currently anything that makes you better at hitting? I know you've got
No.
kinetic blow that increases your damage.
No spells that make me hit better.
Okay. I don't think anybody else does either. So
Yeah,
cool.
the buff
So that
gave us armor penetration and initiative.
Okay, cool. So that does not stack. Good lord. By the way, you are all responsible for tracking your own buffs because I ain't doing it.
Yeah, I'm like writing notes for myself right now.
Because there's a lot. I already have to deal with the curses. Okay, cool. So, especially since this happens just over a couple seconds. Oh, you use high speech. So yeah. So this is very obviously magical, and Logan and Alesha are watching this and they're looking at the weapons and they're going, I mean, did it work? It
worked.
Okay. Reaches over, picks up the axe.
Not everything's flashy. It's
Right.
fine.
And so Logan hops out of the SUV and kind of comes around towards whatever side Mammon is on, and just well, is everybody else getting out?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am.
And so as he is walking, and literally hops out of the passenger seat, kind of comes around the front of the car, and he has grown another size. He's a step larger. He's got a little bit he's getting the Wolverine thing going on, a little bit more fur, a little bit buffed out arms, and his voice. He's still speaking English, but it's definitely a little bit slurred and rough speech and stuff like that. And he kind of looks down. He's kind of got crazy eyes going on. He says, "Show me him, Mammon."
Okay. Sorry, I was pulling up the weapons table since I never actually added my weapons to my sheet
Oh, yes.
as far as damage values.
Mm-hmm.
They have damage. I should look what those are.
Okay.
Light pistol's +1.
Well, mine's a heavy pistol.
Right.
And a large SMG. So I'm going to go ahead and start leading him there now, just as a heads up,
Sure.
Mostly to remind myself because I'll forget. Once we actually physically locate him,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to drop my
Probably all 3 spells, right?
not isolation.
Okay.
And that's one thing I wanted to mention to you. Do you suppose that in the amount of time between when I cast it and when we find him, he will have attempted to interact with his pack? Because if so, he needs to lose 1 willpower for each attempt.
Right. I have taken that into account.
Okay, cool. Now, my next question is us interacting with him going to likewise cost him a willpower?
No, because it takes him willpower to interact with somebody as opposed to you interacting on him.
Gotcha. Okay. But I plan on keeping it up because I feel like it will make it more difficult for him to call reinforcements.
I like that logic. Sure.
But I am definitely going to drop the locate, co-locate, whatever it's called.
Oh, yeah. And are you
locate
gonna-
object. Because I won't need it. We'll know where he's at.
Right. And I imagine you'll drop the connection to him as well, borrowed threads.
Yes.
Okay. That way you're only holding 1 spell. Cool.
Right.
So our boy Logan hops out of the car and, big breath of air, and tries to search. He is not great at it. Well, he's okay at it. Cool. I need to remember to do negative modifiers. That's fine. And fortunately, big werewolves are easy to track down. And so Mammon basically leads the group towards what is another section of where before you guys had been in a large park. This is now apartment buildings, but they're kind of separated out by large green spaces, big trees, stuff like that. And as you guys are kind of walking in your very weird mixed group, which is currently the 5 of you, Alesha is still with the car, and you guys look around. There's kids, there's people, there's people around. I'm going to emphasize that a couple times, just so everybody is aware. As you guys kind of make your way forward, and Mammon is kind of doing the finger thing. until Logan's head kind of snaps up and is like, I've got him. And just kind of like motions back. He says, no silver, at least right at the start. I'm going to take him one-on-one, but if backup shows up, go wild. But silver will make him absolutely freak out. And that may make me freak out. Right. Yeah. Which may be, a concern for you guys. And so he kind of, starts kind of that low, shoulders forward, almost military, quick run with his fire axe kind of held across his chest, which before it was like, that's a big axe. And now that
it's like a hand weapon.
No, because he's only gone up one size. So he's gone from being, Songbird size to being Andre the Giant size, right?
Right.
But yeah, now it's like, that you can definitely see how he could wield that as a weapon as opposed to just chopping doors down. And so he's, hustling forward and very quickly starts to outstrip you guys. Well, actually, I think, let me double check, because I think he gets a little bit more speed. Yes, he does. So actually, what is everybody else's speed? It'll be on your character sheet.
Did it go up any with that buff you gave us?
No,
okay,
that just increases your initiative. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mine is 8.
5.
9.
You could argue that
9.
because you need like less oxygen and your heartbeat is slowed down. That you
keep running. Yes.
Yeah. You've got mad endurance right now.
Yep.
I've got 11 speed.
11. What was that, Craig?
9.
Okay. Yeah. So all of you.
I'm slow.
Yeah. Ash is. Travis is in the back. Mayman, what was you? 10, you said?
9.
9, okay, yeah. So you guys are actually kind of fairly, spaced out as you guys are kind of getting stretched out.
Nobody can reach out and just like grab the back of his collar and tell him to hold the fuck up. Like
I said, he's starting to outstrip you guys. This is your call.
Wolf boy, please don't go in by yourself. I'm trying not to let you die.
Is there like a sprint roll that I can do?
Just snap your fingers and yell heal.
Yeah, let's see how that turns out. And so yeah, he kind of like looks back at you. There's a snarl, but you see him like drop back a pace or two, and then very quickly starts to outpace
just
again.
Let him go.
As you guys are running, and now you are moving, through these apartment complexes, and like you realize you've done a circle now. Like you've come back around. Alesha kind of is coming from the side and catching up, and she's in like a normal human form, and she's catching up to you guys, and she's going, okay, hang on, what's going on? And Logan is looking around. He's like, he's around here, but I can't quite tell where.
Can't Mammon tell us where?
I was just about to say, so can I, because I'm stretched thin on my spells here.
Because you haven't dropped locate object, because you haven't seen it yet.
I still have locate object, but I am also, it concerns me that Logan knows roughly where he is, but not exactly. It's making me want to cast Outward Inward Eye.
Okay.
So my question becomes, I already have locate object cast on him. Mm-hmm. If I drop the spell that is borrowing his thread, because I don't think I'll need to cast on him again before I find him. If I drop the spell that's borrowing the thread, do I automatically lose locate object?
No,
or does
because
it stay
the spell
because
exists.
It's already cast?
Spell exists, so you don't have to maintain that connection.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and drop the borrow thread. Mm-hmm. And then I am going to cast Outward Inward Eye.
Okay. And that one is space 1, I think?
Space 2.
Okay.
Space 1, I'm sorry.
Is it a rote for you also?
It's a praxis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And are you casting it just on yourself?
I am casting it. Oh, I didn't know I could cast it on other people. Mm-hmm. Oh, I guess that makes sense. I will cast it on Logan then.
And just Logan?
I'd have to be
all
touching him.
He doesn't want spells for the most part.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I guess I can cast that on everybody, but then I'm going to need an extra reach.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't worry about it.
You just put it on yourself if you can find him.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cast it on myself.
Okay.
1 reach for instant. I don't think I need any other reaches than that.
Unless you want to make it last longer.
Oh, okay, 2 reach. I get 2 reach for free.
Yep. So you're only going over 1 because of spell control.
2 dots. No penalties for potency, duration, or scale. I'm going to use my shadow name as the yantra, as one of the yantras, and then I'm going to
Dedicated magical tool, so you don't have, or you're going to spend the mana. I don't know what your mana.
Yeah,
looks
I guess I could put my mask on.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
So I'm going to go ahead and put my mask on. I don't want a bunch of people watching me run around with guns, anyways.
Very true.
So I'm going to throw my mask on. That gets me, what was it?
-2 to potency, or -2 to paradox. And then a +1 if it applies. I kind of can see it applying. You're putting on a mask and had the whole seeing things. I don't know. Let's ask the Guardians of the Veil guy. You're the one who uses masks, Craig.
Yes.
What do you think? Masks for being able to see all around you?
Sure.
All right. Guardians of the Veil guy says it's cool.
I'm into it. It changes his vision in a significant way.
Ooh, I do actually like that. Yeah. You're
It
putting
also
on a
has
mask.
weird little coin's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I am not going to spend any willpower because then it will leave me at 0. Mammon
Ooh.
needs to get to fucking...
I thought that was an adjective.
Yeah,
there for
so
a
did I.
second.
All right. So 2 reach, 2 free. Wait. Oh, right. Spell control. Technically 3 reach. Okay. Yep. So roll that 7. And I will roll paradox. Oh, hey, speaking of praxis.
Can you take the mana and give it to Weird?
I will take the mana and I will give it to Mammon. Because then I will have 2 mana.
Jesus, y'all. We're so screwed.
This is what happens when a whole lot happens in 4 days. So cool. So yes, you had that, awesome vision all around you, which helps. You can no longer be surprised, which is really useful. And then, yeah, of course, you point out for Logan, who's like starting to get frustrated.
Now,
good.
The question is, because I can see everything, even in things, as long as it could be considered within sensory range.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see him in one of the apartment buildings?
No, because you would have to be able to have.
We established you can see through walls with it.
And-
Yeah, we've already established I can see through walls with
and
it.
from all points within their sensory range simultaneously. So you
like
could
if
be
you could hear him, you would be able to
Mhm.
see him.
right. And very specifically, she can see what's behind her on the far side of a door or beneath her feet. So
Mhm.
can't see things farther away than her normal perception might allow, nor can she see through essence, through darkness. So yeah, you have this, whoomp, see everything, and you see, and of course you've actually seen him now because you saw him both as a wolf before and then before kind of lounging out on the grass. You see, this kind of, skinny, got that really scrawny strength looking human. And he is crouched down in an apartment several floors up. And
Can I see which apartment?
like,
could I visually point to him to Logan and say, "Oh, he's literally in that apartment"?
And you could do that with locate object too, but because you'd be able to tell,
Listen, get these facts out of here, okay?
But
I need your logic.
But notably, because you were able to, you can point up and see him there, and you can also see the family of 4 who are pulled away from him.
Motherfucker.
Like they look fine, but you can they're up there. And
There's a crazy man in their house.
Right, there is a crazy man in their house.
So I'm going to definitely let Logan know where he's at. Is he by a window? Like, is he looking out?
Yeah, he's like, imagine like balcony with like a sliding glass door. He's got the door closed, but he's kind of peering down out.
Okay, so I'm going to let Logan know that he is right up in that balcony window peering out so that Logan knows.
As soon as you point, you see him moving. The window kind of slides open, and all of you, especially since Mammoth is pointing up, everybody kind of, anime or Godzilla movie, everybody turns and watches this window slide open, and this guy just hop and parkour style up and over the railing and drops 4 floors down, like in a pouncing tackle towards Mammoth. So I think that's a good place to roll initiative.
Cool.
Cool, man.
All right. So I have to remember initiative is that. Okay.
How do we roll this again?
Oh, that didn't work.
Click on your token and click initiative.
Right,
Except
but we're
we
all
need to
plus
add
6
six
initiative.
We're all
to it.
buffed.
Oh, yes.
So
But that's
dexterity,
fine. I
composure.
can do that. I can do that after. So,
Okay.
though it's not adding everybody to the turn order. So, give me a second here. Oh, Atreides has worked. So I have to do.
Oh yeah, you have to
Are
click
you?
on yourself, then click initiative roll.
Yeah, don't do that now for if you've already rolled, because I can just add everybody in. So let's add weird and
And just
I
add
think
12 to it. Or add 6 to it.
Add 6.
So
12
wait, is it-
12.
But you're welcome to add 12.
Yeah, that'd be
Wait,
cool
an
too.
initiative modifier doesn't change the number of dice you roll?
No, it's always D10 plus your initiative.
That's right.
Okay, so weird is actually 16. Oh, already got that. Mammon is 15. Holy crap. Ash, did you add 6 to that? Nope.
No, it didn't let me.
Yeah, that's fine.
I did mine.
Thanks, sir.
How did you add 6?
I just clicked on the number.
Oh,
You can,
okay.
you can adjust your own. All right, so
And my name's in there now.
I can't get it to go away now.
uh,
Whatever, that's fine.
All right, so 5. Whoops. 10, not the 100. Oh, yes. Do. With his whopping 12. And Logan,
Plus 6.
Roll high, wolf boy.
he does not have plus 6.
Logan does not have this.
He didn't
Oh, he
join
doesn't?
us. Nope,
Okay.
he didn't get any of the buffs with us.
Oh, right, okay.
He wanted to do this on his own.
That's
Did
it.
he want the weapon buff then?
Like
or
a
not?
dumbass.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
that's
he
what
may
we're
not
buff.
have a chance to do it on his own. He's pouncing me. I'm not going to not shoot him.
8. And oh yeah, Alicia's right there, so no reason not to roll for her. Really? What is your stats? What did I do? Oh, that's right. Okay. Sorry, Alicia.
She didn't have
My bad.
stats.
She does have stats, but you'll see. They're plus
They're just
3.
real bad.
She is not quick off the draw. Also, it was pointed out to me that Alicia needs to be spelled slightly differently due to the magic card, because I love that magic card. Alicia stares at death or welcomes death, or I can't remember what it is. Anyways, cool. So there we are. And I have to remember this here. Because you don't have the weapon drawn yet, because I imagine nobody's walking around with a weapon drawn except for Logan.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, which actually reminds me, Logan takes a... Oh, that's not great.
I mean, he's already behind him, so it's fine.
Yep. Cool. Doesn't get buffs. Okay, cool. So, if anybody has a weapon that modifies their initiative, please let me know. I
Mine
know-
already did. It was a -1.
0, baby.
Okay, so you already had your -1.
Get ready with my fists.
Same with me. It's already taken into account.
Okay, cool. And so then I'm going to imagine that it did for Mammon as well.
If
so
you
yes.
have it selected on your sheet when you click roll initiative, it did it.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, you need to do it yourself.
Cool. All right, so weird. This guy is falling and we'll actually say hits the ground, grabbing towards Mammon. I think that's where we're picking things up.
I mean, how long does it take him to fall? Because
Pretty quick.
Pretty
3
damn
seconds and what now?
So yeah, weird. You're up. You know what? Logan yelled at you, but you guys can decide what you want to do.
Logan's dead last in this turn order, so
I'm.
You don't. Well, Atratus doesn't know that though.
I'm gonna cast.
Sure.
people are around.
Yep.
This is a pretty subtle spell.
Okay.
Tipping the hourglass.
Sorry, I should mention, because I want Weird to keep track. How many? Because you had 8 potency on that spell, right?
Yep.
And so that means it counts for 8 attacks.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Plus 8 damage for 8 times he takes damage.
Okay, so you have seen him jump off a 4-story building, so you can probably mark off 1 already.
Okay, so when he lands, he's going to do a crap ton of damage to himself.
Yep, I am aware. I have calculated this.
Yeah, I want to slow him down. I don't think I need just reach for instant cast. That should be it. But I'm also, it's going to be what, 2 spell control now?
Yep.
And I've got 1 free reach. That's 3 times 2. I'll take minus. Primary factor is potency. So that's going to be at my initiative or at my Arcana, right?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to do another -4 on that. No duration, no scale, and I'll take 3 for Yantras. I'll use my dedicated magical tool to absorb the extra paradox.
Okay.
I think that's it.
So you're just using the 1 yantra. And what are you casting?
I'm casting Tipping the Hourglass.
Oh,
I'm going to take his initiative down by 4.
If it lands. Okay, let's see here. Time to the hourglass. Is that okay, it's withstood. Alright, so okay, so let's roll paradox. Let's see, are you
It's a chance die for paradox.
You're overreaching by 2?
It's two dice for paradox.
Right, yes. Okay, yes.
So
I forgot the extra dice because I'm Gnosis 3 now.
Yeah, it doesn't cancel 2 reach, it cancels 2 dice.
Right. Alright, and you're containing it, I imagine?
I'm containing it.
Roll your wisdom, please.
Sure. How do I roll my wisdom?
You should be able to just click.
Nope.
Is it a sheet roll and click on? Nope.
Just do a simple roll with however many dots you got.
Yep. Yeah.
It should be 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think we're all still at 7.
Yep.
While he does that, I want to point out that these stats that they have for weapons are fucking dumb.
Well, bear in mind it's extra damage. So, cool. So you deal with 2 successes of paradox. In this case, there's only 1. So you take 1 resistant bashing damage.
Now my armor, I have 1 free armor because of the.
No.
Okay.
Nothing. No.
Just straight bash. That's fine.
This is coming from your soul. You have no armor.
It'll be fine in 2 turns.
Yep.
That's fine.
Well,
all right.
Okay.
And then I'm rolling 5, 6, 7, 8. -4 is 4. So I'm going to roll 4 dice.
Yep.
Ooh.
Cool.
I'm going to take. Everyone's like, don't do it.
Is now really the time for dramatic failure?
I mean, this would be a dramatic failure, yes.
It's really tempting, but no, I'm not going to take it.
Okay. So yes, the spell fizzles in your head, and you're only using the one yantra, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Cool. Mammon, you have a scrawny, skinny dude grabbing hold of you, or trying to grab hold of you.
Okay. I don't really know what I'm going to do. I want to give Logan his moment to do his shit, but I also don't want to be a punching bag for a werewolf.
Okay. And because this hasn't come up before, you can decide to dodge, which would take your normal action. And what you do is you take your defense, double it, and roll that as a pool. And whenever somebody attacks, and each success removes a success from their pool. So it doesn't penalize their initial roll, but however many successes you get, remove successes. So they may completely whip. And that's what you have to do, by the way, for your mage armors to work.
That's what I was going to ask. How does mage armor work?
Reflexive costs 1 mana, and you decide which one you turn on.
You can only have one, right?
Correct. For Mammon, because you have 2 dots, that means you have access to both the mind one, which whoops, dear game, please scroll, or PDF. Mind basically means you can add your mind arcana to your defense, which means you're harder to hit. And then if you do decide to dodge, you can spend a minute and make the target have a beat down tilt, which basically makes them like they basically give up the fight. Or they can spend willpower to keep fighting, and then supernatural beings can contest this with Clash of Wills. And the space one basically lets you it does the same thing, but allows you to redirect firearms attacks, which in this case, not necessary.
Right. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and dodge.
Okay. And are you going to activate your
blessing?
Not
My
the
what?
blessing.
Why can't he activate the blessing? So he'll have a 9 again on his dodge pool.
Oh, yes, you could do that as well. But one thing at a time.
Okay.
Are you activating the mind armor is the first question.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you increase your defense by 3 because you have 3 mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And all right, so you are dodging and you have your mind armor up. Fabulous.
Right.
Until he attacks you, we're not going to worry about actually rolling anything because something might change before then. Songbird.
Cool.
Dude is threatening your cabal mate. Adamantine arrows activate.
Yep.
Adamantine arrow powers activate. There it is.
I should have been punching this up already, but that's fine. Okay.
Can you just like football rush him away?
I'm gonna try and blind him.
Okay. Why do you abuse your keyboard like this?
It's just clicks, boy.
All
right. So 1 reach for spell control, 1 reach for instant,
Okay.
1 reach for oh shit, I need 4.
Okay.
That's okay. So 1 for reversing, like negating all light,
Mm-hmm.
the like blackout sort of thing.
Okay.
And then 1 for advanced duration.
Gotcha. Because you're using what is
Control light.
Right. Get over that spell. Mirroring
And
reflect.
I just want to like around his head.
Sure.
Or I guess it could just be him, I guess.
Yeah, around him. Yep.
Okay. Anyways, so that's
cool.
using my dedicate magical tool. Basically just fucking
And you're doing it just one turn. Yeah.
jacking it out at him. Yeah, just 1 turn.
Okay, so we're overreaching by
3. So 1
3.
dice, I think.
Yeah, 1 dice solid, and
I'll contain it.
you're not spending a mana on it. So it's an actual.
No.
Okay. It's a 6. Nothing happens. So
Cool.
roll that spell.
2, 4, 5, 8.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
There you go. Yeah. So he
Is blinded.
Yep.
-5 to attack rolls, and he loses all defense.
Yep. All right.
And that's for a week. So enjoy. Or a day, sorry.
No, yeah, I was gonna say, hang on.
Well, I mean, I don't think he's going to make it past a day. So
So
You have a lot of faith in us.
Until he calls on his
I have a
totem
lot-
and just wipes everything off or something.
I have a lot of faith in me.
Let me see. It is Marrow Eater's turn. Let me consult his sheet. Let's see here.
Does he beat me?
No, that doesn't help there.
Did we roll off?
Huh?
We have the same initiative. Why is he ahead of me?
Higher mod
Sure. Let's compare.
modifiers.
Yeah. Well, actually, right now, yeah.
Right now,
Actually-
my initiative is 9.
Right. Well, I was going to say speed. I think actually matters in this case more.
He's
Of which
probably
he has 13.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see here. So I think there's one. Yes. Okay, cool. And can he can use it reflexively. All right. So he spends an essence, and so that is down to 4. And he makes a clash of wills against your blinding.
Okay.
So you will roll Gnosis plus your forces, and he will roll cunning. And
What
he
is
has the rogue
cunning?
quality. It's kind of like there
Has the
Arcana-
road quality? Did you say that?
Yes.
On a stat?
Fuck.
Well, on this particular, because literally what this is it forces a clash of wills. Okay, cool. So he has simple roll. All right.
Should have thrown him into space.
So reflexively, just I'm trying to think what flares up because they don't have the whole silver moon thing. I think it's just actually, what's the ability called? I think it's called Unchained. Yeah. So yeah, he flares out and blah blah blah. Benefits blah. May use facet. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Okay. And that was his reflexive action, and then he brawls against.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm trying to remember. Can you take as many reflexive actions? Yes, you can.
That doesn't seem right.
It's one of those. It's like free actions in D&D.
Yeah, but you
Where
only get
it's-
like one of those.
Yeah, we only get one yantra as a
Yeah.
reflexive action. He only gets one fucking bullshit point.
No.
You get your action and then your free action.
Well, free actions in D&D are the as many
Well,
as you
too bad
want.
we're playing mage. You don't get as many free actions as you want.
No, you definitely do. And specifically, he shifts.
Things take
And-
time.
No.
No,
they
like literally.
don't. He is able to do this reflexively. So can Logan actually. So yeah, he goes from being short, scrawny, little, I think I described him as tan and dark haired, to massively huge and hulking out. And makes various bonuses to his stats, including a +1 to his initiative, and then +3 when using his claws. So that won't matter right now. Yeah, and so then he claws at Mammon. Please roll your. What was your defense up to now?
It's up to 4, but I dodged. So you said it doubles it?
No, there's no way your defense is that low.
Not your armor. Your defense.
My defense is only 3. Like,
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right, but he's adding 3 to it.
What? Well, my defense on my sheet says 1. So,
let me
it's-
pull your sheet up real quick.
Something didn't calculate properly then.
How is defense? Okay, one second. Hijacking your sheet. Lowest attribute. Oh, that's right. Do you have no athletics? You have no athletics. Yes. So you have a defense of 4.
Yeah, I don't know what I would need athletics for when I can take guns.
Yep.
Lots of
To
guns.
dodge. So roll 8 dice, please. That is your dodge. I've got to do some quick off the cuff math.
what determines defense?
The lower of your wits or dex plus
Right.
athletics.
My dex is only 2.
Okay, so 3. Where is attack roll? Normal. Yes, that.
8 dice, Herman?
Yeah. How do I roll just 8 dice on
Slash
this
roll
ridiculously?
8d10.
You can just do the spell roll.
Or just
yeah,
type
do-
/roll 8d10.
Just do the spell roll. It's the same.
Oh,
Mhm.
I didn't even think about that.
Yep.
That's a good point. Dope.
4 damage.
You have armor.
I
He
do have armor.
does. Man, I hate this thing. I should not have done it that way. Okay, that's fine. But he does have wound penalties taken into account, so that's nice. Let's see here. Okay, real quick for you guys, can you double check that it rolled 5 dice, right?
Hmm.
Okay, cool. I was just had 5 successes, or is that including his damage bonus?
It's 5.
Okay, cool. So 4 successes plus 3 from his claws, so you take 7 lethal damage.
You said 7?
Yes.
Should be reduced by 4
Oh yeah.
by your
sorry.
armor.
Right. If there's any armor that you have, go ahead and apply that too. I'm trying to remember how much armor you had on that. Was it
I
flak
took
jacket? The flak?
No, I didn't take the flak. I took the
Oh, you just have the vest.
just the vest.
So how
I
much
don't-
damage do you take, Mammon?
Right. Don't worry. We're coming back around. Great. Don't worry. Let's see here. Where is fallen combat? All right. Flak vest. No, not flak vest. Bulletproof vest.
Yeah.
Weapons, armor, Kevlar vest. So you take 1
you
less
also got
damage.
+1 armor from the body control spell.
Also true. So, what did I say? 8. So you take 6 lethal damage, all told.
Okay.
And
Wait, didn't you say 7?
No,
He
it was
did, but
8.
then he said 1 less. Stop trying to kill me.
It started at 7 because of
I was trying to help you.
No, it was 8, and because he did 5 damage plus 3 for his claws, so that was 8, and then 1 from the Kevlar vest, and then 1 from butt control. It's down to 6, and so he takes.
He immediately takes 14 points.
Yep. So that upgrade. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. As claw marks just rip as the seams of his body start coming apart. Not great.
Hell yeah, dude.
Um.
How about them wound penalties?
Yep. Yeah, he's up to the full -3 now. Oh, shoot! Except that he has 4 more health now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have no good way of tracking this, so yeah. Okay, there we go. He still has a -3. It's just he doesn't have quite as much lethal damage. I gotta figure a better way to track that. Okay. Anyways, that is his turn.
May I suggest pen and paper?
Yeah, I might have to. Actually, notepad. Where art thou? Thank you. Atritus, you were up.
I think I'm just gonna shoot him.
Okie doke.
Revolver. Let's
You're gonna take that away from Logan?
like
Just put it out there.
I'm just gonna shoot him.
Okay.
I would give him one turn.
How much damage had you calculated, Craig? 14.
14.
14.
Because the 6 mammoth took in the additional 8.
Mm-hmm.
He was telling us not to pull out silver because he might go crazy. He's already gone crazy. So
No. There's more levels.
Yeah, there are more levels to this, but that's your call, and nobody else is
I
here.
mean, at the same time, like I don't.
Atratus doesn't know what's going on. Atratus just watched this guy turn into a hulking werewolf. So,
Because like my only damage spell does bashing damage, which is like nothing.
But he's
for
already
these
maxed
guys.
out on bashing, so he's probably taking lethal with every damage.
correct. Because remember, bashing damage maxes
So
out.
if I cast it, it will do lethal damage now.
Basically, it upgrades any bashing damage into lethal. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, in that case, I will cast Rotting Flesh.
The guitar.
Where's my thing? I need 1 reach for instant, and 1 for range because I'm not getting close.
Yep, sensor range, please.
2. I have 1.
Right.
That's 3. To increase potency.
It's -2 for
Minus
each.
2
And you're starting at 3.
I start at 3 potency.
plus 8.
Right, because you have 3
Yeah.
in the Arcana.
Plus 8
Oh, okay. I'll leave it where it is then.
if it goes.
Plus 8.
Yantras, I want to do this turn, so no high speech. I can still use 2 though, right?
If you want to do 1, then the next turn.
Oh, I can only use
Remember,
one
You
turn.
got as many reflexive actions as you want, bro.
That is specifically why in the Yantras it says you can only do 1 reflexively.
Yeah, I'll just grab my dagger.
Okay. Yeah, that bone carved dagger thing.
Bonus from other sources. I did this in our one shot, wherein I basically drew on the fact that the guy was
That is
bleeding
another
out.
yantra. That is an
Okay.
environment yantra. Yes.
Can I use that instead of my
Mhm.
dagger and get +2 instead of +1?
Environment
Nope.
yantras are just 1. Yep.
Almost
Oh.
always plus
Oh.
1,
Mhm.
except for like a domain.
All right, well. that
Cool.
is- How many dice?
I do not see
6.
any penalties for potency. What did you decide to put?
She didn't take any.
I didn't do any.
Okay,
I just
cool.
left it
That's fine.
blank.
Perhaps just like, there's a blank. It's not a 0. I don't understand. So that is 5, 6.
Yeah, and I'm overreaching by 1.
Yep. So I'm going to roll that. Are you going to...
I will contain.
Okay. And services, nothing. So go ahead and roll your 6. Dang. All right.
Okay.
Oh, dear Marrow Eater.
So, yeah.
So that is...
We hardly knew you
3 bashing damage.
Plus 8.
from the spell.
Right.
And we're down to 5 ticks left of that.
Yep. Okay, so 3, 5, 11 bashing, which upgrades all his bashing to lethal. So, oh my gosh, was that 8 plus?
Dude, write it down, boxes.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to do that in the future.
Just tell me how many boxes he's got.
12.
Jesus.
So it becomes 19 bashing. Jesus, I think you... How many? 14 lethal, which means 2 is aggravated, which means the lethal start to upgrade.
How many hit point bars does he have?
12.
He might be dead.
He may be dead, and that's why I'm double checking my math.
Oh, we can't kill him before Logan hits him.
Well, you just
should have thought about that. 14. Yeah. He
he's dead.
Yeah.
He's dead as fuck.
Yeah. Now bear in
His He's like explosion of shit.
Let me remind you all that is because we had superpowered rituals that will never ever happen again.
Fair.
But yeah.
I feel bad now.
Yep, well, you should. And so, yes.
Although, what I would like to point out is that...
Mammon is bleeding from his eyeballs.
He almost just killed Mammon in one hit.
Well, not just that, but Logan, like... I mean, like, a combat or a full round of combat is, what, 3 seconds?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So that means in less than 3 seconds, because not everybody has gone yet, this alpha's dead,
Yep.
and Logan's like, the fuck, bro.
Yeah, which is actually, so as a Atreides, let's lose this spell, and actually, let's get a little D&D in here. How do you want to do this? What does it look like when you unleash what was originally like rotting flesh, which is just like a bunch of bruising, and it just skyrockets into aggravated, like, this is basically, if somebody comes across this body, it is not going to look like natural wounds. What does this, because, and bear in mind, a lot of this is also intent of the spell. Mm-hmm. So what does Atreides' vision for this spell turn this guy into?
I mean, initially, yeah, it's just supposed to, like, I mean, he kind of bruised and ugly looking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead, it's kind of just gonna tear him apart. Like, take the wounds that are already on him and just, like, make them bigger.
Just like a fucking Diablo pile of meat and bones.
All right.
No, not quite. I was just imagining, like, the slashing marks he accidentally inflicted on himself on his chest, just, like, deepening and growing, like getting necrotic.
Yeah, gangrenous and stuff. Yeah, so, and that's with you, like, holding up your dagger, kind of wiggling it, and then also...
like a magic wand.
Yeah, and, like, Alesha is running in, like, and is kind of mid-tackle into Mammon as this thing kind of backs and just, like, falls kind of right. And there is howling and shrieking of pain, and, you know, like, their bones are kind of, you know, exposed. Its flesh rots a little bit. And Alesha, like, goes from, like, tackling Mammon into safety to, like, a holding him and, like, kind of slowly stepping... Well, more of a stepping behind Mammon thing. It's like, Mammon can do... And, like, Logan, who's, like, he's not werewolfed out, but is huge and is, like... looks down at the thing. My hand kind of drops, looks from the thing.
Oh,
Sorry.
And, like, you can see, like, the adrenaline was pumping, and now he has no outlet. And,
oh, fuck.
And he's like, okay.
I'm gonna... Where the fuck were you on that, bro?
Which, actually, how many... What's your damage look like right now? Like, how
He's at 6 out of
6
7.
lethal?
Yeah, I'm sitting at 6 out of 7.
Okay,
so
not bleeding out yet. Okay,
I'm kind of like holding my entrails in my hands.
Right.
The good news is in 6 hours you'll be fine.
Properly.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, so, like, he walks over and he's like, "Fuck it," and just brings that axe down, boom, and just, like, pulls up, like, the werewolf head. That is already starting to, like, you know, fur is kind of falling off of it. He's like, that is horrible. And then, like, looks over at you. Does anybody have a cell phone?
You're gonna take a picture? Yeah, sure.
Click.
Cool.
He's like,
now that we've got this corpse in the middle of the street, I want to fix that.
No.
I'm not leaving a dead werewolf
kind of need
body.
to leave it. It's kind of the point.
Yeah.
This is all kinds of supernatural bullshit that we were just leaving in the road.
Well, technically, it's not supernatural bullshit. It's a pile of meat.
It just looks like a guy with horribly
Nobody's gonna
necrotic
look at
slash
that
wounds
and
on his
go-
Right,
chest.
But we want to leave a message. Otherwise, we're going to have to fight them all.
I mean, I guess that's true. And I guess it doesn't look like a wolf did it, since, you know, it's claw marks.
Yep.
From where he attempted to disembowel Mammon and did it to himself.
And just a reminder, guys, like, we can't help Mammon get back to the vehicle.
We
right
didn't
now.
join
you
the
can.
pack.
Yeah,
no,
you didn't
we
join the pack or anything.
No,
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we did.
Take
Okay,
that
never mind.
deal.
no, trust me. If you guys had joined the pack, you'd have some buffs.
Okay.
And that's all we will say about that.
Jake didn't didn't initiate us, so
Didn't go for
we
it.
can help each
Okay.
other. We just can't help Logan.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so Logan, picks up this skull, kind of looks to all of you. I owe you all a favor because you guys aren't going to tell the story of this. I'm just going to come back with a skull, and nobody's going to talk about the story.
Alesha, how do you feel
Sounds
about
good.
that?
Look over to Alicia.
Alicia,
Well, Alesha already knew that she was going to effectively
Yeah,
be lying.
she already said that. Yeah,
she said she was going to, bend the tail. Alicia kind of looks Logan up and down, says, "Nobody's going to believe you," and then walks over and picks up the axe. Says, "Turn around."
Oh fuck!
and Logan goes, "Yep, that makes sense." Pulls the jacket off and just like grabs hold of a railing, and she just
Okay, there's people walking in the street, right?
yep.
Okay,
yeah. Also, this
Yeah.
axe is buffed.
Yep. And she just lashes him 2 or 3 times. And you can definitely see, like, she's, like, using, the flat of the blade instead of, like, she's not trying to hack into him.
Right.
Okay, good.
Yeah, everybody kind of froze a little. Yeah.
Well, a couple things I'd like to point out is as far as the magic goes, they're going to forget about Atratus casting that spell if they saw it.
Mhm.
I mean,
And
it's a
then
pretty
because
subtle
Logan,
Yeah, it's not like a big flashy spell. It's just
well,
a body
it
gets
didn't
more
look subtle
hurt.
from my end.
Right, yeah, no,
it
that-
looked like somebody melting.
all attack spells except for, I think, Psychic Assault and...
Or vulgar.
are definitely going to be obvious.
And then Logan had shifted a little bit, and then Marrow Eater had shifted, so that's gonna fall under lunacy,
Right.
right? They're gonna
which we haven't...
think some fucking wild dog did it.
and that's as Logan like pulls his jacket back on and like is kind of wincing at the wounds and stuff like that. He's like, "It's all right. We get out of here. We don't have anything to explain. People will make up all sorts of stories because he shifted. I thought he would be cool and we could duel, and apparently he's not like that. So grab your shit. Anything you left behind, we gotta go."
Okay.
As I'm carried back to the van, I mumble, "My fucking suit."
Yeah, that's true. It is shredded. I think. Well, actually,
Do you only own one?
No, of course I don't own
Why
one,
do
but I
you
like
care?
this suit. That's why I'm wearing it.
hey Logan, how come he didn't go for you?
Emma was closest and the one pointing at him.
Yep.
We were standing
He
in a,
recognized that Mammon was the alpha of the group and wanted to make a point.
No.
Yeah, no. Logan says very likely. I don't know what kind of werewolf he is, but I mean, hit especially if you're fighting multiple, hit one and then leave. I'm sorry, holding up this skull. He's like, "Sorry, didn't know him well, dear Horatio."
that's okay. I don't know much about werewolves either. That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
Back to
Did
the
he leave a
SUV.
ghost?
What was that?
Did he leave a ghost?
No.
He's like, "Do you want to chat with him? Because we could."
Cool.
So you
So-
guys make your way back over to the van or the SUV. And again, I will remind the viewers at home, enjoy this. This is probably the only time that this is going to be this obscene.
Because we screwed them cast up, but
Yeah.
We probably could have gotten a little bit,
Probably could
but
have.
definitely not the numbers for sure.
The plus
plus
8 one.
The plus 8
yeah.
for sure.
Definitely possible, but considerably less likely. But that's fine. I'm good with it. I screwed up this stuff, and so we have I'll be
No
honest,
worries.
a
It's
little
fine.
bit anticlimactic.
Vampires were coming for you next.
Yep. So you guys get in. The axe, followed by the skull, goes into the duffel bag, zips up at Logan's feet, and you see Logan. He's kind of rocking. He's like, "You know what? I don't even think it's worth
Sorry.
it." He's like, "I don't even think we tell anybody. Well, I mean, we tell them we kill it, but we don't make any story about it."
You better fucking tell somebody, because I just got cut to shit for your goddamn story.
Oh, no. We're going to tell people he's dead. Hell yes.
Well, we'll let them make up the details on their own.
yeah.
We're going to say we
He's not saying a capital S story.
Right. And I'm not going to try and claim some renown for this.
I mean, do you want to go find another one?
He's like, oh
No, I'm good.
It's like, no.
I've had enough.
It's like a
Cut
James
me
Bond
off,
movie with the guy
bartender.
got eaten by the shark and he's sort of half alive and they're wrapped up in the tarp and it.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like, no, I'll stay in the car, thank you. But
I mean,
no,
I am sorry we messed up your story.
he's like, it's fine because, like, having seen how nasty he was, I could have taken him, but it would have been a close thing. So, thank you all for coming along.
I look at Alesha when he says that.
Like, could you have?
Yeah.
Alesha is like,
Yeah.
Logan? Yeah, no, Logan.
Okay.
Logan is probably one of the best duelists we have in the tribe, in the pack. Like, one-on-one, he's kind of scary. Especially now that he has that axe. Yeah. So you guys kind of drive, and Logan has this internal monologue of back and forth of, should I tell people? No, I'm not going to tell people. Nah, but it would be, and just back and forth. And he's like, nope, I'm done. Just not going to do it.
Good, because I was about to words of truth his ass.
That's true, because it makes people believe whatever you say is true. Not necessarily keeps you from. Yeah, okay.
I'm not gonna
But
let
also,
him
like,
tell a good story.
well, no.
And
I will let him tell the truth. The truth is a great
We
story.
fucked up his story. He was supposed to be a badass, and we screwed him out of that.
This is where you get into the internal monologue, because basically he says, if any of the spirits find out that I lied, that will be like way worse.
Yeah.
So it's just not worth it to me. And like Alesha kind of reaches over and pats his arm a couple times. It's okay, Tiger. We'll get another one. It's all right, buddy. And
No, I'm serious. Like, if you want to go get another one, we can do that.
At this point, Logan's like, no. Like, I had it in mind, and another one. I don't even know if any of those are going to be actually like a challenge.
Well, what I love about this whole situation is, one, we stole his kill.
Yep.
And then two, Atratus keeps going, no, it's okay, buddy. We'll go find you another one. Like, it's just like, we'll get you another ice cream
Stop at
cone.
Toys R
It's
Us on the way
okay.
home.
But also to Mammon, right?
You're sitting over there just dying.
What's important to him is that, they made it sound like we would barely even be a benefit to having around.
Right.
And we just waxed their alpha like he was nothing. Now, granted, we also proved that we can't really take a punch.
Yeah.
We are the proverbial glass
Which
cannon.
actually does remind me, does anybody have medicine skills to try and patch?
We both do.
Okay. Because you guys are cruising the van, so I don't know. Because I know you have life magic. I don't know if any of that necessarily would apply.
The extent of my life magic is already on him.
I've got 1 point in medicine. Songbird has 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's that,
Together,
John?
do we want to try to patch him up?
I also relinquish my locate object. He's been found.
Yes, that's very true. Yeah. Probably that headache that Mammon has had for a little while, trying to
Once Mammon
juggle
heals
like
up, I
3 or
need
4.
to borrow his skills.
So, cool. So Alesha starts driving and kind of looks back and says, I guess we can just drop you off?
She just
Seems good.
ditches me on the
We're
curb
gonna,
in front of the ER.
We're gonna
that-
let the pack.
That's
We're gonna let their pack know.
okay. So, we'll go back by Rescue 1 then.
Yeah.
You tell your pack, we'll tell theirs.
Huh?
Okay. Yeah, I can let you off.
I have a spell. I have a spell that will tell them with absolute certainty what we have done.
So you're just gonna roll up on the
Take your
rest of
time.
the pack.
I'll be okay.
So, yeah.
Well, we still have that guy's blood, so Mammon can scry him, and I'll cast at range words of truth right into his ear. He won't know what the fuck's going on, except he'll have an address, and he'll know that his alpha's dead.
That's true.
That's true. You don't have to go physically drive by
Good,
to
yes.
drop a mic. Okay. So, yeah, once you guys kind of clear that up, Alesha goes, oh, okay, so we'll drop you off back at your house?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Are you guys going to be okay taking care of
He'll
him?
be fine. He'll be just fine in, at this point, 5 hours.
Okay. Alesha and Logan are looking at each other, and they both kind of shrug. Mages,
Wizard
whatever.
shit.
We believe
Mages.
it now. Yeah.
Wizard shit.
Yeah, we believe it now. So they kind of pull up into, the little drive-through area for the puck building, and I don't know, like Logan kind of
We
Before-
shrugs
crawl
his-
out with our.
Before we get out,
yeah, he pulls the jacket off and kind of like offers it. Like, do you
Yeah.
need to like wrap him up?
That would be a good idea. So we
I
don't
was
walk
gonna
up in this
turn
big, nice
invisible.
building with a half dead man.
What do you got, Chris?
I was going to drop kinetic blow and can make him invisible.
Oh,
That works too. If it works.
This versus
invisibility is too tough. For,
Oh yeah, also your
Songbird.
neat shadow shirt's gonna disappear.
that's fine.
I'm gonna keep the soul jar. I've got it for a week. I also don't have a soul to put in it.
You can-
It's
It's okay. If
Instant
Mammon
and-
dies, you can have
Instant
his.
and duration is all I need.
right.
High speech and whatever. A tool.
Sure. Right. Okay. So roll that 7.
Paradox die in the reach, right?
Yeah.
Or chance die.
Cool.
There you go. Mammon, you're invisible.
Is he still
Uh,
dripping real blood?
Yes.
He's gonna leave
Well,
blood
and
spots.
more. I imagine that it's being soaked up in the his suit is absolutely ruined. So, but yeah, you guys kind of escort him out, get into the building. People are kind of like looking around because there's a smell,
There's like an extra echo.
right? A little
It
extra
smells-
echo.
It smells like blood.
That
Like-
coppery, the iron, yeah. It's like, what is that? And whatever, don't mind us. As Songbird, Atreides, and Weird, who everybody has seen before in this building, oh yeah, no big deal. It's kind of weird how they were like space in the elevator though. Like there's somebody in between them all. Whatever, up you go.
I got a private elevator. Come on, please.
So you guys make your way to the puck building, and begin to tend to Memmon's wounds. We had a late start, but that will be the end of this episode. So again, folks at home,
Mages are dumb,
mages are dumb.
Yeah.
I apologize.
especially when they cheat.
That was a little bit OP compared to what it
'Cause we
could
had
have
some
been.
Some messed up spells.
Things were a little bit broken, and rather than just try and retcon and figure out what should have happened, we're just going to roll with it, and it'll just be an interesting story that
No pun
Logan
intended.
does not get to tell.
Also, that being said, Mammon still did almost die. Just straight up die.
Yes, to give you an idea, and I believed I promised.
You only have 7 hit points, right?
Yep.
And
Yeah,
he
if
hit you
he,
for 9?
8.
8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he took 6 after armor.
I saved your life.
Yep. Yeah, well,
My spell
technically he
saved
would
your
be.
life.
He would if he's maxed out on lethal. He doesn't die. He just starts bleeding out, which
Fair.
is like in 3 or 4 turns. So potentially,
Is there
could
any
have
way to
done
stop that?
medicine.
Medicine.
I'm pretty sure there's a life spell that might.
That we don't have.
Oh yeah,
Chris
it
might
might
have
be
that.
life
You have
3.
2.
It's life 3
No,
Yeah.
that we
to
don't
heal
have.
to actually heal anything.
Yeah, but I think even life 2 might be able to do something for
stop bleeding
to
out.
stabilize somebody. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
So, but thank you guys for hanging out with, unfortunately, probably an anticlimactic episode, but for me, super satisfying because, mages, look what we can do.
Fair.
Now imagine if they had Gnosis like 7 and actually had those die rolls legitimately. Yeah.
I mean,
This
if
is
we
why
had Gnosis that high, we could have just killed him other ways.
Oh, yeah. So for now, we will see you guys. We're going to go on a quick break, and then we will see you for the next episode where I don't know what they're going to do. I thought this was going to take all sessions. So we'll figure it out in the break, and then we'll come back and do some more stuff. See you guys.
Stay lucky.
Hey, guys. Thanks for joining us on that episode of Occultists Anonymous. Hope you had fun. Sorry if that was a little bit of a letdown for you. Like I warned you guys, it's kind of OP. We didn't do stuff right, so the fight went a little bit one-sided. Anyways, as always, guys, come join us on Discord if you want to chat with us, talk about what's going on. Yes, I know there were some mistakes I did in the combat side of things. I noticed that in editing today. You can come let me know about it, and we can talk about it. But hey, I'm still new, so I'm not ashamed of whoopses. and stuff like that will just be better in the future. Of course, like, subscribe, that kind of stuff helps out the YouTube algorithm. We appreciate that. And then, of course, I would highly suggest if you're enjoying the show and you want a little bit more, follow us on Patreon. You don't even have to pledge. There's some cool stuff that we're posting there. We've got some of our art. We've got the Q&A stuff from John Mammon and Ash Atratus. Since they weren't able to be here for the video, they did a write-up and some audio answering some of the questions that they were kind of really interested in. All that's available. And if you decide looking around that, hey, I want to pledge for that $1, the $5, the $10, whichever, they each have their own little perks and stuff like that. You can check that out. And then we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.